Hey guys, it's Josh from BCR, and today we've decided to review the best products for your needs. For prices and more information, check out the links in the description below. Let's get started.
Number 5. Razer Kraken X. Razer offers an affordable gaming headset that covers all the necessities. It's a wired, no-nonsense headset that costs just $50. The Razer Kraken X headset is made for gamers on a budget, but works just as well for anyone who needs over-ears headphones with an integrated mic. They're not intended to leave your gaming station, and include a dedicated audio and mic splitter cable for computers with separate inputs. These are cross-platform compatible. You can use them with PC, Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, and mobile devices. Using the headset couldn't be easier. All you have to do is plug it in and get to playing. If your desktop has separate audio and mic inputs, you'll need to use the included splitter for full functionality. The flexible cardioid boom mic is very forgiving in terms of placement. Polycarbonate ABS, a durable thermoplastic, makes up the headband and slider. This lightweight material combined with the hidden eyewear channels, makes these comfortable with glasses. The memory foam ear pads contribute to general comfort. Unfortunately, the ear pads aren't user replaceable, but Razer provides a limited, 2-year warranty. The headphones lack inline controls but do feature a volume dial and a mute button on the left ear cup. I wish there was a bit more resistance from the dial. That said, the mute toggle feels just right, and provides a satisfying click when depressed or released. The Razer Kraken is great for gaming. The 40mm dynamic drivers reproduce a natural representation of three-dimensional space, something gamers should require from any headset. This realistic perception of sound makes it easier to spatially understand where enemies are located. If you want to take full advantage of the 7.1 channel surround sound, you need to use a PC operating on Windows 10 64-bit. It is annoying. However, Razer provides a complimentary download code. The headphones sound pretty good for their price point. The bass is emphasized, which makes explosions more impactful. Vocal frequencies are boosted, making it easier to character and teammate dialogue. The mics sound pretty good, but might add some extra reverb. To sum it up, it's a really great choice if you're under a budget. Next up. Number 4. Steelseries Arctis 9X Wireless. The Steelseries Arctis 9 Wireless features a primarily metal build with a brushed steel suspension frame, ski goggles style headband, and soft airweave ear pads. The microphone is built into the left headphone, and retracts into it when not needed. Thanks to the suspension band, the headset feels very light, and offers just enough clamping force to feel secure but not tight. The headphone pads are comfortable, and achieving a decent seal with them is pretty easy. Plus, they manage heat quite well too. The Steelseries Arctis 9 Wireless is a wireless gaming headset for PC, also compatible with PlayStation 4 and Nintendo Switch. Most of its features are controlled with on-ear buttons and dials, but the headset relies on Steelseries Engine app for things like EQ presets. The app is a little clunky, but all of the Arctis 9 options are laid out in one page and it works well enough. The headset's on-ear controls are a little busy, but the buttons and dials are spaced out well enough to keep things from getting confusing. The right headphone features the buttons for power, Bluetooth pairing, and muting the mic, as well as a volume dial, a 3.5mm port, and a micro USB charging port. The left headphone houses the mic and a dial for managing game and chat audio. This is a lot for any headset to hold, but all the buttons are different shapes, which makes them easy to distinguish while you're fumbling around mid-game. The Steelseries Arctis 9 Wireless connects to your platform of choice using a 2.4 GHz USB wireless RF dongle for lag-free wireless audio. Additionally, the headset supports Bluetooth connections to mobile devices and other platforms that support it. It only uses SBC and AAC codecs, which is a bummer for Android users, as AAC just doesn't play very well with non-Apple devices. Given this is a secondary connection method, it's not such a big deal though. The headset also supports 3.5mm connections, and includes a detachable 3.5mm cord for lossless, analog audio playback. According to Steelseries, the Arctis 9 Wireless can last up to 20 hours on a single charge. In our testing, we found it falls a little short of that. It's disappointing, but you can always switch to a wired connection when the battery runs out. On PC, the headset supports the DTS X2 surround sound standard through Steelseries Engine, which generally works pretty well, provided the game you play supports it. It handled the various directional cues of Apex Legends without too much issue, though it hardly made me better at the game. Stereo experiences work just as well you'd expect to. The mix of action sounds and orchestral scores sounded great on both PC and PlayStation. The Steelseries Arctis 9 wireless outputs accurate audio pretty much across the frequency spectrum. There's a slight bump in the bass range around 100 Hz and a slight dip around 2000 Hz, but nothing sounds so far out of whack that you'd much notice it. Without a doubt, the Steelseries Arctis 9 wireless is a well-made gaming headset. It's super comfortable, sounds great, and it works on a bunch of different platforms. The Bluetooth connectivity adds even more compatibility, and having an AAC codec option is great for Apple device users. However, the mic definitely leaves a little to be desired, as does the battery. Under 20 hours is nothing to brag about when other gaming headsets can easily reach 30 hours these days. Coming in third, Razer Thresher Ultimate. I'm just going to come out and say it, the Razer Thresher Ultimate is a great gaming headset. It's comfortable to wear for long periods of time, requires very little setup, and sounds better than most gaming headsets. It even has lower latency than many Bluetooth headsets, as it uses a 2.4 GHz RF transmitter in the base station. While that connection standard isn't everyone's cup of tea, not having a delay from console to your ears is a big advantage. Built of cushioned foam with a metal frame, the Razer Thresher Ultimate suspension band makes wearing them comfortable, even for a very long period of time. A design like this doesn't even really need any adjustment. Just put the headphones on, make sure the headphones are comfortably over your ears, and everything will widen to match. The Razer Thresher Ultimate is huge. It sports comfortable leatherette pads, with additional padding and carved grooves meant to make wearing glasses more comfortable. However, wearing glasses with this headset isn't that comfortable still. Thankfully, the headset's controls are also all tucked away inside the headphones. On the left ear cup, there's a dial controlling the mix between call audio and game audio, along with a power button and micro USB charging port. Clicking in that dial will also mute the mic, lighting its tip up red. On the right there's a volume dial, which you can click in to mute the sound. The headset doesn't support Razer's Chroma LED features or the company's Synapse software. I consider that a positive, but if your gaming setup is riddled with many differently colored LEDs, there's no way to change the Thresher to match, or even turn the LEDs off, you're stuck with green. The Thresher comes with Dolby 7.1 digital surround sound support, a relatively common feature among gaming headsets. The headset never struggled to offer positional audio in all games tested. According to Razer, the Thresher Ultimate should last up to 16 hours on a single charge. Our objective testing landed at 14 hours and 33 minutes. Once drained, the headset takes around 4 hours to charge. If you're on PC, battery life like this isn't that big a deal, you can plug the headset into charge and continue using it as normal. If you're using this on Xbox One, just bear in mind you will probably have to charge this headset around twice as often as you do an Xbox One controller. The Thresher uses a USB base station to connect wirelessly to either your PC or Xbox One. According to Razer, the headset has a range of 40 feet, and that squares pretty well with my experience. Connected to my PC, I could get up and walk around my whole apartment without experiencing any signal drops whatsoever. The Thresher Ultimate handles sound better than most gaming headsets. It's not a hi-fi audio powerhouse, but it handles bass, mids, and highs pretty well. However, it dips around 3000 Hz, which means some cymbal sounds in music might get lost in more prominent bass and mid sounds. From a gameplay perspective, the Thresher doesn't overwhelmingly favor bass over mids and highs like many other gaming headsets, which means explosions won't drown out other sounds more than they should. Don't worry, they'll still be plenty loud, you just won't lose as many quieter sound effects during heated firefights. This is a great feature to have if you find people sneaking up on you in death matches. To sum it all up, the Razer Thresher Ultimate is a very good product, and ticks all the boxes that make a great gaming headset. It's extremely comfortable, it sounds great, and it offers a convenient way to switch back and forth from your Xbox One to your PC. If you want something more comfortable with glasses, or the battery life is important to you, maybe keep looking. Moving up. Coming second on our list is the HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. This headset is truly comfortable as heck. The HyperX is made mainly of aluminum, with a flexible headband and ear cups, that feature thick memory foam cushions, covered in soft leatherette. The headphones are made of hard matte textured plastic and feature black metal panels on the side. Basically, this is a sturdy, super comfortable gaming headset. The aluminum keeps things light, and the band offers just the right amount of tension to feel secure, but not too tight. If you're looking for a headset you won't mind wearing while you spend all day in a Zoom call, this is it. That said, people with glasses might not find it quite so comfortable. but the softness of the ear pads makes establishing a decent seal pretty easy. Actually, using the HyperX Cloud 2 wireless is pretty easy too. This is pretty much a plug-and-play affair, with a minimal hardware interface. The headset connects to your platform of choice using a 2.4 GHz USB wireless RF dongle. There's no 3.5mm connection option, so you're basically limited to using the headset with the PlayStation 4, PC, and the Nintendo Switch when it's docked. The headset sports a pretty minimal suite of onboard controls, with a volume dial on the edge of the right headphone, and a power button and mic mute button on the edge of the left. For everything else, you'll need to install HyperX's Ingenuity app, which lets you adjust mic volume, side tone, power saver functions, and turn on virtual surround sound. Ingenuity is a pretty standard gaming accessory app, so, not terribly exciting, but it works, and it's laid out well enough. Battery life among gaming headsets has improved pretty much across the board for a year or two now. Not too long ago, the best you could expect was around 16 hours of playback time. These days, headsets routinely stretch past 24 hours. However, the HyperX Cloud 2 wireless joins an even smaller group of gaming headsets by cracking the 30-hour mark. It also charges using USB-C, so topping it up only takes an hour or two. The HyperX Cloud 2 wireless offers a great straightforward gaming experience. It's comfortable enough to wear for multi-hour sessions, and its battery life means you can fit more than a few in, before needing to charge. Playing games with the headset was similarly great. It handled the surround sound demands as well as the stereo experiences in all games tested on PC. There aren't separate game and chat channels, like in some gaming headsets, but it's not hard to keep everything clear using the HyperX Cloud 2 wireless. On console, things like virtual surround sound aren't available, but the headset nonetheless handles games very well. However, Microsoft's compatibility limits and the lack of a 3.5mm option mean you can't use this headset with the Xbox One. The HyperX Cloud 2 wireless offers very accurate audio for a gaming headset, and will be great for pretty much any kind of music. In-game, avoiding the typical boosted bass means you shouldn't even have much trouble picking the sounds of footsteps out from the din of gunfire. To sum it up, if you're looking for a gaming headset that's comfortable, simple, and reliable, you should probably buy the HyperX Cloud 2 wireless. The HyperX Cloud 2 wireless is a great example of if it ain't broke, don't fix it logic at work. Physically, the headset features very few changes compared to its wired counterpart, and that's a good thing. When it came out in 2015, the HyperX Cloud 2 was one of the most comfortable gaming headsets on the market, and it still is. The addition of wireless capabilities, paired with a decent enough microphone and audio on par with the HyperX Cloud Alpha makes this a pretty sweet deal for under $150. Plenty of far more expensive gaming headsets aren't nearly as pleasant to use. Let's move on to our number one pick. Coming in first is the Razer Blackshark V2. From the outset, it's obvious the Razer Blackshark V2 is a gaming headset. From its boom mic to the extra prominent volume dial and neon green accents. However, there's a degree of aesthetic restraint here that other Razer gaming headsets lack. The headphones are smooth and not as bulky, there aren't any strange design flourishes or colored LEDs. Even the Razer logo is smaller compared to other headsets. The Razer Blackshark V2 is a primarily metal construction, with the headband covered in a soft foam cushion, wrapped in a mesh fabric. The wireframe hinges don't feel terribly sturdy, but I never ran into any issues over the course of reviewing the headset. The headphones have a pretty large tilt range, so people with wider heads shouldn't have to worry about finding a comfortable fit. The ear pads are made of memory foam, covered in layers of leatherette and mesh fabric. They're very soft, and achieving a decent seal is extremely easy. Using the headset is pretty straightforward. There's very little in the way of onboard controls, with just a volume dial and a mic mute button on the left headphone. The volume dial sticks out rather prominently from the side of the headphone, but there's enough resistance that an accidental bump won't change anything, and it actually feels pretty satisfying to turn. Not sure why, but there is a built-in catch at the midpoint of the knob. This is largely a plug-and-play device. Once the USB sound card installs its driver, you don't really need to do anything to get it to work on PC. On consoles, you need to do even less, just plug it into the 3.5mm headphone jack of the controller. The headset's more granular controls and additional features, like surround sound, are handled by Razer Synapse 3, the company's universal companion app. And I must admit that the latest iteration of the app is better laid out than most gaming headset apps out there. Playing games with the Razer Blackshark V2 is easy to do for long periods of time. This is a very light and comfortable gaming headset, and thanks to the mesh ear pads, I never ran into any strain or heat issues, even after hours of use. The headset's compatible in one way or another with basically every gaming platform. Just ditch the USB sound card and plug into your PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, or Xbox One. On PC, the Razer Blackshark V2 gains access to THX spatial audio through Razer Synapse. It works pretty well here. Virtual surround sound standards often depend as much on the game as the headphones, but all tested games sounded great. In all of these games, picking out directional audio cues like footsteps and gunshots was easy, and I never felt like I didn't have at least a rough sense of where a sound was coming from. The Razer Blackshark V2 outputs very accurate sound for a gaming headset. The beginnings of the usual audio hallmarks are there, like overemphasized bass and a slight de-emphasis in the 3.6 kHz range. However, unlike many gaming headsets, the effect is pretty slight in this case. To sum it all up, the Razer Blackshark V2 absolutely nails the balance between comfort, audio quality, and features that headsets around its price aim for. Only a few headsets sound as accurate as Razer Blackshark V2. Even fewer are as comfortable. And honestly, none of them offer comparable isolation. Even if your budget stretches far higher than $100, it will be hard to find a better option.
Thanks for watching. I hope you liked the video. If you found this helpful, please remember to like and subscribe to my channel to see more videos like this in the future. If you have any questions related to these products, you can leave a comment below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can.